RPN, the Roddenberry Podcast Network.
Today's Daily Star Trek news is supported by listeners like you, patrons through Patreon. Find out more and add your support at patreon.com/Daily Star Trek News. Hello and welcome to your Daily Star Trek News from the Roddenberry Podcast Network. I'm Allison Pitt, and today is Tuesday, August 11th, 2020. On today's show, award-winning animator Ben Hibon joins the upcoming Nickelodeon series Star Trek Prodigy as director. Alexander Siddig and Andrew Robinson will perform as Bashir and Garak in the fan-written fluff fic Little Achievements. And I've got this week's Trek trivia. All of that coming up next. Now that the USS Cerritos is up and running on Star Trek Lower Decks, the lingering question of who is going to direct the next animated Star Trek series has finally been answered. Nickelodeon announced yesterday that award-winning animator Ben Hibon will direct, co-executive produce, and serve as the creative lead for the 2021 animated series Star Trek Prodigy. That's from CBS television studios iAnimation Productions. Hibon is known for his animation work on Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, Part 1. His work in Harry Potter earned him the British Animation Award alongside David Yates for the Tale of the Three Brothers sequence in the film. Hibon is very excited to be joining the Star Trek family. Getting the chance to work on Star Trek has been an incredible opportunity, Hibon said, particularly when partnered with the talented teams at Nickelodeon, CBS, and Secret Hideout, who have been pushing the boundaries of what animation and serialized storytelling for younger audiences can deliver. Nickelodeon's Executive Vice President of Animation Production and Development, Ramsey Naito, welcomed Hibon into the fold with some kind words. Ben's contributions to the world of animation are immeasurable, Naito said. We are so lucky to have his vision and creative genius on Star Trek Prodigy. Naito went on to credit Hibon's storytelling and world-building skills, saying that his original approach, paired with this beloved property, will bring the characters to life in a whole new way. With Hibon joining Star Trek Prodigy and the directorial mystery finally laid to rest, you can pass the time waiting for the new Nickelodeon series by joining in on the 23 straight weeks of new Star Trek, currently streaming on CBS All Access. So next up, normally I don't cover much fanfic on this show, but this story is a little bit special, so here goes. Garashir fans, listen up. And if you're not a Garashir fan, you should listen up too. Later today, Andrew Robinson and Alexander Siddig, the actors who played Garak and Dr. Bashir on Star Trek Deep Space Nine, will be performing a short fan-written play in which the romance between the two characters is not so much subtext as straight-up text. On Friday, fanfic author Almasi posted on Tumblr, announcing that Robinson and Siddig had agreed to perform their short play, Little Achievements. They'll do so on Sid City Social Club, a semi-regular Zoom meeting for members of sidcity.net, Siddig's fan-run official fan site. In the post, Almasi said, Little Achievements is a fun little fluff fic come to life, written by a queer and neurodivergent fan with other queer and neurodivergent fans in mind. It's set 20 years after the end of Star Trek Deep Space Nine and takes a look at where Garak and Bashir are now. The characters of Garak and Bashir were never romantically attached in Deep Space Nine canon, but their relationship has been speculated on by fans for decades. Now fans will have the chance to watch the characters' originating actors play out their romance together. The play should run about 15 minutes, and the pair will perform it twice, once today at 9 p.m. Eastern, and once on Friday with a slightly different script at 3 p.m. Eastern. To watch, you'll need to log into a Zoom meeting, and space is very limited. For more information on how to participate, head to sidcity.net and click on Sid City Social Club. And for anyone who either can't get into the live performance or who simply can't make it, the performances will be available on the Sid City Social Club YouTube channel afterward. Little Achievements is the second fan-written play that Robinson and Siddig have performed together in this way. Their previous play, Alone Together, is a 4-part performance set 25 years after the events of Deep Space Nine, when Bashir heads to Cardassia to visit his old friend. That one was written by Matthew Campbell, and also features performances from Sirach Lofton, Nana Visitor, and Armin Shimmerman, and all 4 parts are available to watch on YouTube now. I've got Trek Trivia Tuesday here in just a moment, but first, a word from me. Did you know that you can get all of today's stories delivered straight to you for free every weekday? Just sign up for the daily Star Trek newsletter. Browse the headlines, read the full stories, or share them directly to your favorite social networks. It's up to you. One thing that's for sure, though, you'll never be out of touch with the biggest Star Trek news stories of the day. To sign up today, just head to dailystartreknews.com/contact. All you need is your email address, and we'll never sell it on to anyone else. That's dailystartreknews.com/contact. And a big thanks to you for supporting this show. And now, it's Trek Trivia Tuesday. Did you know, in the Star Trek The Original Series Season 2 episode Journey to Babel, there were a total of 114 ambassadors and dignitaries aboard the Enterprise, on their way to the Babel Conference. This episode was the first one in which we meet the recurring races of Andorians and Tellarites, and it's also the first episode in which we meet Spock's parents, the Vulcan Sarek and human Amanda. So now a trivia question for you. The Babel Conference was convened in order to discuss the entry of a new planet into the Federation. But what was the name of the planet they were considering admitting? Find out on Friday's episode of Daily Star Trek News. Well, that's it for today's Daily Star Trek News from the Roddenberry Podcast Network. Don't forget to check out the other great shows on the network at podcasts.roddenberry.com. Daily Star Trek News is produced by me, Allison Pitt, with selected stories by Chris Peterson. We're supported by people like you through Patreon. Find out how you can add your support at patreon.com/Daily Star Trek News. I'm back tomorrow with more of the Star Trek news you need to know, and this week in Trek history. I'm Allison Pitt. Live long and prosper.
Podcast.roddenberry.com, the Roddenberry Podcast Network.